On a daily basis, there are many thoughts and ideas that run through our head, and sometimes, if not most of the times, we tend to forget. In this video, I'm going to introduce to you the concept of brain dumping and bullet journaling for non-artists. But before that, hi, I'm Bienna Nicole. I talk about self-improvement, productivity, and motivation. If you are new to my channel, don't hesitate to click the subscribe button below, and let's see each other every Saturday. And without further ado, let's get started. Decluttering isn't only applicable to our workstation, to our clothes, or to other physical things. Because did you know that we could also declutter our mind? There are so many bright concepts, thoughts, ideas that are inside of our head, but we are sometimes unconscious about it. There will be a time of the day or the week where we have too many things to think of, or many things that we should accomplish, and we don't know what is to prioritize, what should we think first, and our mind gets so messy. And one way to declutter our minds is to brain dumping. Brain dumping is a concept of transferring your thoughts and ideas to a piece of paper. It has been said that it could help you to improve your focus, productivity, and creativity. When we declutter things at home, we have more space, or vice versa, we declutter because we need more space. And that concept is very similar to brain dumping. When you declutter your mind, you free up your mental space. Like a computer, we only have a maximum capacity of what we can think of. I know the saying that we only use 10% of our brains is a myth. But if we process tasks simultaneously, or what we call multitasking, if we plan different things at once, it could lead to a lag or a delay. Or worse, we could feel very overwhelmed or mental block. If you brain dump, you can keep track of your tasks and ideas. You do not forget and stress about things because you're writing a piece of paper. Research shows that physically writing will help you encode it in your memory, and it improves your ability to recall, and it could be under productivity. Another benefit of brain dumping is that, and if we compiled it on a notebook, we can access everything later. And if you're out of ideas, you could just go back to your note, have another bright idea. And the only cons of this brain dumping is that we don't want to bring our notebooks every time we go out. Well, the solution here is either you keep a mini notebook, or just you could keep your brain dump as a digital file. We all know that the brain dumping, you write it on a piece of paper, and that's where bullet journaling comes in. Bullet journaling is not a new idea or concept to some of us. When we talk about productivity, bullet journaling almost, if not always, comes in the picture. But let's have a little bit of history lesson about bullet journaling. Bullet journaling was developed by a designer named Ryder Carroll because he has been diagnosed with attention deficit disorder, and in order to stop or move past in his learning disabilities, he has developed the bullet journaling. This is where you schedule, where you write your reminders, you brainstorm, and other tasks in a single notebook. And here is my first bullet journal notebook. As you can see, it's very simple. It's just a writing notebook, but this is the notebook that I've compiled. You will see in this video that I love compiling my notebooks. I've customized my own bullet journal. As you can see, this is composed of 3 different notebooks. Here, look at that mark. As you can see, they have different colors. Here is more of in the whiter side. Here is more of yellowish, and in the end you can really tell that I've customized this because I have this graphing paper where I wrote my finances, and sooner or later, or probably my free practices. If you browse my bullet journal, it's not very fancy, unlike any other bullet journals that you have seen in the internet, in the Instagram, or in the Pinterest. As long as it serves its purpose of decluttering my mind, brainstorming, organizing, and scheduling, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with not very colorful, creative bullet journal. At first, I'm very reluctant of what paper should I use when I created my own bullet journal because I fear that my ball pens, or highlighters might bleed through the pages, because the only papers that I have were very thin. Most people who do bullet journal use Muji or those dotted papers, and I think they are thick or high GSM papers. If I tried to be colorful and creative and use my highlighters or pens and it bleed through the pages, I could not maximize all my papers or all my pages. But then I said to myself that I don't need a fancy notebook because it will only just trigger my perfectionist side. This is my bullet journal. This is very simple bullet journal. When you open this, I have this within this, and tada! My very elementary like calligraphy. This is so funny. So this is a my calendar. This is 4 months of calendar, and this is a monthly calendar for another month. Then this is my I don't want to show you what I wrote, but here is my gratitude journal for September. Then here is for November. Ta-da! Then here is the 30-day self-care challenge. I have included it. Then I have with my goals. So you can see this is blank for the meantime, but I will write my goals sooner or later. Then another writing challenge. Then more content ideas for September. Mostly what I wrote in my bullet journal is all about my content ideas. Then here is my random drops. Random drops is what I call on my brain dumps, and this is what I monitor. I monitor also my energy levels. Then another for my this is my schedule. This is just for temporary. This is how I plan my schedule. Then another random drops. Then I just created my pet peeves. You look at that calligraphy. Can you call this a calligraphy? In the end, this is my finance notebook.
Your bullet journal is so plain and boring and be like other bullet journals that we see.
Okay, the reason why I created my bullet journal is just to serve its purpose of decluttering my mind and not for creativity. If I want it to be brighter and lively when I browse it in the future, I could just stick or just paste some designs on the go or soon. But of course, I want my next bullet journals to be eye-pleasing and creative, but it is still not my priority as of now. You can think of bullet journal as an external hard drive. This is an extension of your brain because you just transferred all your thoughts and your ideas to this notebook. Bullet journal or brain dumping doesn't require any complex system or doesn't require to be perfect. They could be flexible or creative as you wanted them to be. What I love about bullet journals is that you can customize the pages based on what you need, and you can customize the contents, of course, again based on what you need. It is your choice whether you want to write your goals in the next 5 years or your goals in the next 10 years or whatnot. You do not need to copy exactly what's on my bullet journal or what's in the others bullet journal, because create your bullet journal based on your preferences, not on others' preferences. Create and work what's best for you. Okay, what I do is try to brain dump every morning, afternoon, and in the evening, or just when I needed to clear my mind. So I have just been brain dumping for 5 days. It has not been a week, but I am really loving it. And brain dumping, I felt that my mind cleared, and I think that I'm more organized and I have a lot of energy to think and to do my daily tasks. Bullet journal is not your ordinary, or it's like a diary where dear diary, this is what I did today. Bullet journal is more on organization and decluttering your mind. If you want more of my videos, go check out my channel. If you have any comments or suggestions, my social media accounts are linked in the description box below. Feel free to message me, and see you on the next Saturday. Bye bye.